Alright, sorry about the delay talking earlier. Anyways, next up I got the King of Fighters collection, the Orochi Saga. It's a combination of the 5 classic arcade games from the 1980s or was it 1990s or yeah, no, it was 1990. It was the 1990s, yeah. It was King of Fighters 95, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, or was it 94 to 98? Hold on a sec. sorry about that. Let's see here. 94, 94, 96. Oh, yeah, 5 games, yeah. It's just 94 to 98. No, what's the thing that's really weird about this is a used. I think this is either an old used game or something, but I don't know. I don't remember. The one thing that's weird is that the controllers you see on top of here, they allow you to do either the Wii remote, hold it by itself, or the remote with the nunchuck, or the classic controller. But I also found out is that you can also play this game on a GameCube controller. So yeah, you can actually play it on a GameCube controller, which I don't understand why they didn't say that in here. I guess maybe they did make another version, re-release of the game, except it shows the controls differently. But I say that's really freaking stupid of them not to add it and keep it as a secret, but whatever. I got Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution 2. My friend Dark Prince of Persia 1 gave me this game. No, but I don't find this game very fun. I like the third game better because you have more better characters, and some of the overpowered characters like Gaara has been improved in that game. I think it's a decent fighting game, but just like Smash Bros, there are times that it's not that fun anymore. So I would rather play Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. So I got Medal of Honor Heroes 2, which is a decent first-person shooter game. It's supposed to be from what the story's about. It's supposed to be based off of World War II and stuff, but unfortunately there's no one playing the game online. It's probably because this game is really old, I guess. Alright, next up is Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is one of the games I got for 2010. And all I gotta say though about this game is, wow, this game is so freaking good. It's a very beautiful game. Makes you feel like playing classic Mario gameplay, 3D Mario gameplay in space with some twists and stuff. It's such a good game. It's such a spectacular game. The remote controls are actually pretty decent. Definitely, it is one of the best games for 2011, and in my opinion. It's definitely one of, 2010, I should say. It's one of the best games for that year. I already mentioned The Hunt, so we're not going to go there. Next up is Cabela's Big Game Hunt 2012. Now, I like this game better than Outdoor Adventures because of a couple reasons. One, it has Shooting Gallery, which is based off your classic arcade shooting games from the 1990s and 80s. So it has a story mode, which you can actually, out of any game, which I've never seen in a Cabela's hunting game, is that you can actually go back to the story mode and repeat some missions again anytime you want. Maybe there might be side missions or something like that. Want to complete or whatever. Sorry, my freaking ankle, my foot doesn't feel right. Sorry. So the controls in this game, I can say they're a little better than Outdoor Adventures in my opinion, because it feels a lot it's a little bit more better, I guess, but whatever. Oh well, pretty decent shooter. I would recommend playing the game mostly for the gallery mode, maybe against your friends though. Next up is also one of my favorite games for the Wii system, and also one of the hardest I played next to Punch-Out, is Donkey Kong Country Returns. And this brings back the classic 2D platformer Donkey Kong Country gameplay. And this might be one of the best 2D platformer games, modern 2D platform games today, next to Rayman Origins, which by the way, it got released last year for 2011 in the fall, I think, or summer, I think, but I don't remember. This is definitely a very challenging game. And let me keep in mind though, if I remember correctly, I've only done at least I've already completed at least 50% of the game. And let me keep in mind, I beat the original story mode of the game. I already beat in all 8 worlds, but I have to complete all the challenges. I beat the final stage, which is the banana, and trust me, that stage was so freaking hard, but I managed to beat it. And I still had to complete the time trials and all that stuff. I had to complete the other challenges. It's been a while since I played this game and all, so No, I might play this game again, maybe to show you a bit of the game, maybe play the gameplay a bit, maybe do videos of the Tron Trials. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but if there's any time that I feel like playing the game, maybe I will. So we'll see. And I forgot to mention Super Mario Galaxy 2. I completed, when I first started the game, I completed 100%. I collected all the green stars and everything. Again, like Donkey Kong Country Returns, I'll probably play through that game sometime soon, but we'll see about that. Next up is the Special Edition Wii version of Zelda Twilight Princess. And the Wii motion controls I can say in this game are actually pretty decent. No, pretty much there's nothing I can say. It has the same Zelda gameplay and all. It's just the plot line of the game is just a little confusing. It is a pretty long game, what you would expect in a Zelda game. But overall, there's nothing much to say about it. I got Deer Drive, which is basically like almost an arcade game of old hunting arcade game. So nothing I could say there. All you do is just point and shoot. Then you got the Wii version of Ghostbusters, the video game. And when I first got this game, this was one of my first few Wii games, by the way. This was one of my first few Wii games that I've ever owned for the Wii system. And all I gotta say is, even though it looks really cartoony and all, like based on the cartoon, it's actually a pretty good game. The Wii motion controls are fine, but there are times that sometimes they don't work or they're a little bit too sensitive. But luckily, there are some times that that you can change the sensitivity of the Wii remote, so you can set to either very low in case if you're used to playing Wii motion controls low, or set it to high if you're used to playing Wii motion controls with sensitivity high. Okay. Then you got. And next up is Ultimate Duck Hunt, which, in my opinion, it's an okay game, but it's really not that good, actually, in my opinion. No, I probably will have to play this game again. I also have never got the chance to play this game ever since I got back from my mother's. I never got the chance, so I'll probably play this sometime soon. Now on to the next section here, the DS and 3DS games. Oh, I forgot the two games up here. Wii games I got. I got Wii Sports Resort and Crossbow Train, but unfortunately my friend plays this game more and I never got the chance to play it. I also hadn't played this game in quite a while, actually. I think it's been over a year and all. And probably my two favorite recommended games that I like to play was bowling and boxing. At least the boxing feels like you're getting exercise, although most of the time in video games you don't get a ton of exercise, but it's pretty much fine. It's a good thing they were trying to do that idea, but whatever. Alright, first up, the 3DS games. On the top, I got Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, the remake. Now, I know a lot of people said that they have problems with remakes. Like, I can see that if you already own the original game and you heard the 3DS version comes out and you have a 3DS, you might be thinking, why would I buy the 3D remake if I already have the original game and I have the console to play the game? Like, I can see that, but what if you don't own the game anymore, or you sold it to a friend of yours but you want to play again, and you have the 3DS and this comes out, you probably would have to buy the 3D remake so you could play the game. And besides, even remakes have some new features in the game that make it a bit more interesting, like the boss battle mode for the Ocarina of Time 3D remake. And I should mention, 3D Ocarina of Time, in my opinion, actually might be one of the best remakes of an original game for quite a while, I guess, but still a lot of people have complaints about remakes, but I don't care anyway. I don't have problems with remakes. Next up, we got Tekken 3D Prime Edition, which it's still in good condition, the cartridge along with these three here. Cartridge and all. All I can say about Tekken 3D, I've only been playing the game for at least 2 weeks and all, and I actually find the game to be actually a pretty solid fighting game for a 3DS. I think it's way more better than Street Fighter 4 and Dead or Alive Dimensions, and there's a few reasons why, but I'm not going to explain all of why in this video, so, because I only have at least 6 minutes of footage left, so I'll probably talk about it sometime. Next up, Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. Unfortunately, I'm going to do my review of this game sometime, maybe tomorrow or something. I'll do my review of the game, or maybe later tonight, that all depends. The one thing I can say though about this game is, in my opinion, I know that I did say in my weekend preview video about almost a month ago that I think it's a decent fighting game. Unfortunately, I played a little bit more. Unfortunately, I don't like the game. It kind of sucks. It's probably the most broken version of Super Street Fighter 4 ever. But I will explain to you why in my review of the game when I do it sometime soon, okay? Next up, Super Mario 3D Land. Definitely one of the best 3DS games, especially one of the best 3DS games of 2011. Really fun Mario game. I hadn't completed 100%, but it's really fun. It's a very fun Mario game, classic Mario gameplay with 3D twists and graphics. Mario Kart 7, also one of my favorite games, and also one of the best games of 3DS games of 2011. Also has one of the best online. It also has one of the best online netcodes of any handheld game I've ever played ever. Out of all these games though. And of course we got Asphalt 3D. Unfortunately, as I said in my review, it's not bad, but it's not a very good racing game. And Mario Kart 7 is way more better by it. It's one of the best racing games, but not as good as probably not as good as Nintendo 64 game, Mario Kart. As for Asphalt 3D, it's not bad of a racing game as I mentioned in my review, but it's not the best because of the reasons. But check out my review if you didn't see it. Next up I got Looney Tunes Duck crap, my arm's tired, sorry. Next up is Duck Amuck, which is a decent game. It's slower. You play different mini games with Daffy Duck by interacting with the environment around him. But they're like almost opposite mini games, but I'll talk about that sometime soon. I have to play it again. Next up is Bakugan Battle Brawlers, but unfortunately this game really is not that good because the story mode is way too short. You can beat the game in almost a few hours, beat it 100%, and after that there's nothing else to do. There's no online. It's really repetitive. So after that you're done. You're not playing the game anymore. It's really not that good of a game. Next up is Star Wars Elite Battle Squadron, which is a decent Star Wars game. This is probably one of the only DS games ever made that does not have touchscreen controls. Whereas in Force Unleashed it does to do combos, but it's so repetitive, but I'll explain that sometime. And I got Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011, which is a decent game, and just like Cabela's Big Game Hunter, that's the Shungala mode to do arcade games. We'll get to that sometime soon. Alright, I got at least 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, so let's finish this off quickly. For the PS2 games, there's a lot of games I talk about. God damn it. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of... I'm sorry. Alright, I got the Simpsons game, which is actually one of my favorite games for the PS2. And they said that this game is good because especially the card where it has red means it says greatest hits. After playing the game, I actually agree with them. It's a pretty good game. The one thing I will agree with them though is that the camera angles are pretty terrible sometimes. But overall it's a good. And next up is one of my favorite games of the PS2. Possibly one of the best PlayStation 2 games of all time. The Kingdom Hearts 2. And this is the special edition one or something like that. You could tell by the thing how it flashes in rainbow. It's definitely one of my favorite games. It's possibly the best PlayStation 2 game of all time. Better than the first game. Next up, Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is a decent game. It's sort of a combination of survival games. A survival game. No, it's a pretty decent game, but it's definitely not based off the movie except for near the end of the game. Next up, you got Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Unfortunately, I've never finished this game actually, because the game is so hard to figure out what to do in that. I don't understand why they think it's how they say it's a good game. Well, in my opinion, it's not really that good. I got the SpongeBob and SquarePants movie game. It's okay, but it's not possibly not the best though. Next games, I got Cabela's hunting games. I got Dangerous Hunts, which is basic hunting, but it adds dangerous animals that attack. African Safari, which is experiences safari. Trophy Box, which is sort of like original, deer hunting and all. Like the one I got right over here, Cabela's Deer Hunting. That's the 5th season, but it's sort of both are very similar. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2, which is the sequel to the original Dangerous Hunts, but it's a lot different than any other hunting game I've seen. You got Shadow the Hedgehog, which is supposedly it's now based on Shadow, but it's a decent game to have fun with and just shoot everyone, but it's not really that good of a Sonic game. Then I got The Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a rip-off of Grand Theft Auto series, but it's a pretty fun game just for the heck of it. Then I got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2009, but I like 2005 or 6 better because it's way more better. Sonic Unleashed, which is a terrible Sonic game. Grand Tourism 2, which is a pretty hard racing game to understand. Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, which is not a very good Harry Potter game. Shrek 2, pretty decent. Regular Kingdom Hearts, alright. Crash Nitro Kart, a very fun racing game. I got Ratatouille, which is okay, but it's repetitive because the story's short. Spyro, which is a decent game, and Swing Golf, which is a decent golf game. I should mention the last game, Ninja Ultimate Ninja, is probably the worst PS2 game I own. Well, that's it for my game collection. Maybe sometime I'll review this game by replaying it again. But for now, thanks for watching, everyone, for my game collection. I'll see you next time.